WrestleBeards, we got all your wrestling gear. WrestleBeards, woo! Hairy man with dirty beards. WrestleBeards, worldwide.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the WrestleBeard SummerSlam predictions video. I'm Shrek.
Yeah, and I'm Luke. Welcome, guys.
And we're here to rock your world because it's been a while and I am still the WrestleBeards World Champion, which I'm going to put over here. The W's obviously for WrestleBeards. It's been in my possession for a good while now. I was the 2020 champion, if you do remember, and I was also the 2021 champion. So will I be the 2022 champion? Stay tuned. I think I will. Anyway, enough of the brag. But basically, how this works is Luke and I are going to go back and forth predicting the results and how each match is won. And then, obviously, we add up the points after the event's taken place. And the one with the most points wins the title of WrestleBeards champion. So if you get the winner of a match correct, you get 1 point. If you choose the way in which the match is won, you get a consecutive 1 point. If it's a tag match, you don't actually have to stipulate which member is pinned or the pinning.
No.
Just how it's won. We're not too crazy on it. There's also another factor that will come into play, but we'll mention that later in the piece. Okay, so are you ready to get into it?
Ready? Yep.
Do you want to win? That's all I want to know. Do you want to win?
Of course I want to win. Of course I want to win. I'm the most competitive person there is.
Have you been training in the off season? That's all I want to know, Luke.
I've been doing some heavy lifting.
Okay. This could be, this could be the downfall of me, this brag, but let's see how it goes anyway. All right.
I think it's going to be.
Well, on the line, we are going to have a pint of beer per event, and we are going to be running these for pay-per-views, or what do they call them now? Premium live events for both WWE and AEW. We may even choose to do the odd, Ring of Honor or NXT event. I don't know, but that's for us to decide.
They'll be our two. We might intersperse with some others.
Fantastic. Okay, well, to kickstart, I've got these matches down. They're not in any particular order, but I did switch the order a little bit because I left the main event that I suspect will be till last. But anyway, the first match is commentator Pat McAfee, former footballer. I think he was special teams, when he played, was he? Or something like that?
He was a punter, yeah.
He was a punter, yeah. And he's my favorite commentator. He's taking on Happy Corbin. My favorite incarnation of Corbin as well. Okay, so as the current champion, I obviously don't need to say who my guess is first. We'll leave it over to you, Luke. Who do you think is going to win?
Okay, so yeah, I agree. I think what Pat McAfee has brought to the commentator's desk is excellent. He's given Michael Cole a new lease of life, and Michael Cole's like a cult hero now due to McAfee. But he's also pretty good in the ring, and he can handle himself. But he didn't end in glory after beating Austin Theory. Obviously, he took a few punts from Vince McMahon's right boot with a football, and then got pinned 1, 2, 3. So I think that's going to change. I think McAfee for the win, and a pinfall victory for Pat McAfee.
Well,
Happy Corbin.
It's twin magic because I agree with you. I also think that Pat McAfee deserves a win on the main roster finally. That wasn't really that gracious, that match with McMahon. And now maybe in hindsight, we know why that match took place. But I think McAfee also for the win, and I also think via pinfall. So I guess that ain't going to be the decider. Okay, on to the second match on my list. So it's for the WWE United States Championship. The champion, Bobby Lashley, is going to be defending against Theory, not Austin Theory. Theory. Yeah. Current Money in the Bank winner and previous champion getting his title rematch. Who do you think is going to win this and how?
Okay, so my prediction comes in two parts. The second part will be said later.
Sure.
but I think Bobby Lashley is going to retain through the use of the Hurt Lock. And I think Theory's going to valiantly lose, but still keep hold of his Money in the Bank title. So Bobby Lashley by submission.
Are you putting thoughts in my head, Luke? Because I've also got written down here, Lashley will be retaining via submission. Obviously, the Hurt Lock.
Very good.
I just don't think that we want to, flip-flop this title around too much at the moment. He obviously only just won it recently. And even before that, only recently to that, did Theory win his title. So I don't think it needs to change hands. I think it gives something for Lashley to be doing at the moment while he's not in the main title hunt. And I don't think Theory needs the belt because he's going to go on to greener pastures. So, okay. Well, that also doesn't help us out. We're clean slate with both choosing the same results. What an exciting video this is. Okay, on to the third match, which I've listed as the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The champions, the Usos, who have both the Raw and SmackDown championships, are defending against the Street Profits. Who do you think is going to win this, Luke, and how?
This is a tricky one. This really is a tricky one. Their match at Money in the Bank was perhaps the best match on the cards.
Can I just interject? There is another big factor of this match that I didn't mention. There is a special guest referee who is Jeff Jarrett for some reason, which is out of left field. So
JARRET.
I should have mentioned that earlier, but that may or may not have a factor in the result. But over to you.
Yeah, it's again, it's a tricky one. And I think the winner's going to win by pinfall. I'll say that. I don't think it's going to be submission. I don't think it's going to be disqualification or count out. So I've got written here the Usos, but I'm changing my mind now. I'm going with the Street Profits.
Whoa! Okay. Street Profits for the win via pinfall.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we've got something we can battle with because I do not think that the Usos are going to be losing those titles. I don't want them to. I like the bloodline being strong. I'd like to see them grow, actually. So, yeah, the Usos I've got down to win and retain via pinfall. And, of course, just for those at home watching, if let's say I picked Usos via pinfall, but Street Profits win by a pinfall, I don't get the point for pinfall. It's like an additional thing to your choosing the victor. So, yeah, Usos via pinfall. There we go. We've got a battle on our hands. Okay, match number 4 is for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. The champion, Liv Morgan, who recently won that at Money in the Bank, is defending against your favorite of mine, Ronda Rousey. Who do you think is going to win this match and how?
Again, this is another tricky one because I can't see Liv Morgan winning cleanly against Ronda Rousey. But I think she's going to. Like, I don't like it would never happen. It would never happen in anything else. Like,
it's
it wouldn't.
Not real, Luke. It's not real.
So I'm going Liv Morgan victory to retain.
Yeah.
She's not going to tap her out. I'm going to go by pinfall.
Okay. Interesting.
They can't drop the title so soon on her and hand it back to Rousey.
I think
maybe like an interference from Charlotte Flair. Perhaps.
This is where I don't know if it'll be Charlotte Flair or not, but I don't think that Rousey will be winning. I think there's going to be hijinks at play. I do think that Morgan's going to retain via pinfall, so I do have the same result as you. It's written down here. However, how that happens, I'm not too sure. I think someone's going to come in and interject. It could be Sasha Banks, perhaps. You never know. Like now,
Bayley, perhaps.
Yeah, there's a lot of options, but I don't think that Rousey will win. I think she needs to be out of the title picture and sort of be playing that badass role that doesn't need a title. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And Liv Morgan's just won the belt. Why put it on her if we're going to take it straight off her?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Okay. Well, we've only got one match deciding it between us at the moment. Next match, number 5, is just an exhibition match. It's between Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. I've had a bit of a heated rivalry at the current time. Who do you think is going to win this match and how?
So I think Seth Rollins is going to win. He's going to win by pinfall. I think he needs it more after, 3 losses on the bounce to Cody Rhodes, and then not really doing much in Money in the Bank. I think he needs to win more. I don't think the Riddle's stock falls too greatly. There is the talk of perhaps, again, like you said, it not being clean and perhaps a Randy Orton interference and turning on Riddle. But I won't worry about that. But at the end of the day, it's Seth Rollins winning, probably from a curb stomp.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same lines. This is, although they're two talented wrestlers, I feel like this is a nothing match, really. It's not going for it. I do feel that Seth freaking Rollins, as he has to be called now, his full name. However he does his laugh. I can't do it. He's due a win. Yeah, he had that trilogy of losses to Cody. That's a lot of pay-per-view losses back to back. I can't remember the last time he won a pay-per-view match. So it has to be him. It has to be him. So there we go again, and via pinfall. Okay, on to match number 6. It's for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. We have the champion Bianca Belair defending against all-time rival of hers, Becky Lynch. We remember last year's SummerSlam. I think it was Sasha Banks who was meant to be fighting Belair for the title. Last minute, that got scrapped. Carmella was brought in to fight Belair, and then somehow or another, Lynch got roped in and made a triumphant comeback after pregnancy and beat her in like 30 seconds, I believe it was.
26 seconds, yeah.
Here we go. So is it going to be a repeat, or are we going to see Belair retaining? What do you think, Luke?
I think we're going to see Belair retaining. I think this is going to be a show-stopping match. Their match at WrestleMania was, I think, for me, the highlight match of the weekend. It was fantastic. Likewise was their triple threat match at Hell in a Cell, was really good as well. I think that Bianca Belair closes the door on this rivalry now. It's gone full cycle, the 1 year period, and I think Belair wins by pinfall.
Totally agree with that as well. I've also got Belair to win via pinfall. I think Lynch, like Rousey, is another one who doesn't need to have the belt constantly.
Doesn't need it, yeah.
They're already one of the biggest stars in the company. Let's see them do something different. Potentially, I'm only assuming an order at the moment, but however this order plays out, maybe Lynch interferes in the Rousey match or something. And Rousey versus Lynch is a big match that we've wanted to see for some time. I'd like to see that without a title in the picture.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Okay, cool. So again, one match divides us. Over to match number 7. It's the big celebrity payday. It's Logan Paul, your favorite YouTuber and mine, and he's taking on The Miz. If we cast our minds back to WrestleMania, they were a tag team. They successfully won in their first outing at WrestleMania against, I can't even remember who they were fighting.
The Mysterios.
It was. That's right. And then at the end of the match, Miz gave a skull-crushing finale to Logan Paul out of the blue, because I think he saw him as, taking some of his limelight away from him.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of delusion going on, I think, on Miz's behalf. They've obviously got Logan Paul in with a signed contract now. He's a, man on the roster, and this is his first, singles outing. Who do you think is going to win this match, and how?
So it being his first singles outing, and he looked really good in his match with the Mysterio. Some of the spots he did, the Eddie Guerrero frog splash was excellent. The Three Amigos was brilliant.
Yeah.
The big sort of hop over Rey Mysterio. No, Rey Mysterio ducked, but he looked like he could do this.
Yeah,
he looks really good. I'm going to go for a Logan Paul win.
Yeah,
with a little bit of interference. I think a Tommaso Ciampa maybe mistake with Miz, but I think that's going to lead to a program down the line of Tommaso Ciampa versus Miz. I think Logan Paul moves on from this. I think Logan Paul wins by we don't know. Does he have a finishing move? I'll say by pinfall. It could be submission. I'll say by.
I'm in the same camp as you, Luke. I think Logan Paul can't win on his first outing, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably have it in his contract that he wants to win this first match. I mean, he's a big enough star to probably warrant that. I think he also wants to paint himself as a babyface, despite getting booed at events at the moment. I think they're cutting out all of the boos and making it look like he's a bit of a babyface on TV, but that's not the case. However, I do think he's going to win. I've sort of ummed and ahed on how, and I had to lead to pinfall as well. It was the only thing I could think of that was, unless it was a DQ finish somehow, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be a pinfall with some kind of schmoz, maybe even Ciampa turning on the Miz.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But yes, okay, so again, we're stalemate other than that one match, and moving right along. We have a match that was made this week on Raw. It was Rey Mysterio's 20th anniversary back in the company, and him and son Dominic, or son? Is it his son?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? They are having a tag team no disqualification match against the Judgment Day, who are the, I guess, second incarnation of the team, made up of the leader, Finn Balor, or is he the leader? I don't know. And Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley in there, who also returned in their corner. So who do you think is going to take this one out, and how do you think it's going to go about, Luke?
They interrupted the 20th anniversary, didn't they, as they kept on calling it. I think our opinions might change here. I think that the Mysterios are going to come away with the win. I think maybe with some interference from Edge, maybe like the Broods thing goes on, and it leads to a quick pinfall. I think by pinfall victory, and I think the Mysterios win. The Mysterios, they need the win, and they've got to give him something in his 20th anniversary in the WWE. So I think a win on pay-per-view, and I think it will probably be on the pre-show. But I think Mysterio's come away with a win.
I just don't want to see Judgment Day go down the same pathway as Retribution. I think they need to start being a formidable, stable. I'm going to have to disagree. I think the Judgment Day are going to take this one out. I feel like I was so on board with Edge and the Judgment Day. I thought it was
wicked,
stable. And then it was just taken away from us. I didn't understand that. I guess there's some politicking behind the scenes. I know that Edge wasn't so keen to have a spooky gimmick, and that was the path that Vince, I guess, had in mind for the Judgment Day. But I thought it's such a cool stable having Edge, the elder statesman, with these, I guess, not so younger talent, because Finn Balor and Damian Priest aren't that old, that young. They are quite old and been.
I think Priest is about 2 years younger than him.
Right, and I don't think Finn Balor's far behind either. But it's just cool to have this fresh stable in the mix. Even without Edge, I do think it's cool. I don't know. I kind of feel, yes, Edge could return, but I also feel like Dominic could be a decider in this, and he could turn on his father.
Right, okay. So this is what I was toying with as well. Because they've been holding that off for a while, haven't they?
I do think that they need to do something with Dominic, and I think Rey's days are nearly over, as we know, 20th anniversary Rey. So I'd like to see Dom turn on his father and join the Judgment Day. I think it'll be cool. And it gives something new for the Judgment Day. and maybe then Edge returns to, you know, have a match somehow down the line. I don't know. Maybe reform Rey Mysterio. I don't know. But that's where I'm at. Okay, so we've got a couple of matches that could sway it either way. That's good. And then we're on to our final, which I'm suspecting is the main event of the evening.
Yeah.
It's for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. It is a last man standing match, and it's between old rivals Roman Reigns, the Ooh Woo Woo champion, who is... No, I'm not talking about Zack Ryder. He's obviously the undisputed champion for many, many days, over 700 days.
Up to 700 on Sunday. 700 on Sunday.
And he's the WWE champion to boot, which is my favorite title. There it is there. And he's fighting Brock Lesnar, which I just don't understand why. It's like Brock Glass, and here we go. I'm bored of this match. I didn't really enjoy the WrestleMania match that much upon watching it again. And Brock, I mean, he's this weird kind of, you know, saluting with his hat and saying all these polite things. And it's just weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
He's not got a great voice. He's got a bit of a lisp and he sounds odd. I don't want to hear him talk. I want to see him batter people. I don't want to see him fight Roman Reigns and lose again. No. Anyway, Luke, I'm assuming what you're going to say, but maybe you're going to shock the world. But who do you think is going to win this and how?
So I think that, it's going to be a standing 10 count for one. It's going to be Roman Reigns, I think.
Yeah.
I think Reigns retains. After what will be, I think, quite a sort of bruising match. I think it will go around the stadium a little bit, into the fans. I think it will probably go on for 15, 20 minutes. So maybe one of the longest matches they've had. And in the end, Reigns just batters him so much. Can't make the 10 count, and Reigns retains.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know what I've got as my answer. The same thing. Because if Brock won, it just wouldn't make sense. There are a couple of things they've tried to throw out there to kind of suggest that Brock could win. They've brought out a new Mattel line of toys with Brock holding both championships, which is about to be released. So people are suspecting, are they doing that because he's going to win at SummerSlam? No, I don't think so. He's won both the belts before. That's why. I'd like to see something in this match, you know, shock us. I want to see a brutal match, but I want to see something shock. Maybe a big return at the end, or, you know, maybe The Rock comes back or something. I don't know. But something interesting to set up something for the next pay-per-view and to end this feud finally, because I'm just bored of Brock versus Reigns. I don't want to see it anymore. I love both of them, actually. I love heel Lesnar. I love him. I don't even mind him as Boombox Lesnar, you know, munting people up and still being a fan favorite. But I don't want to see him take on Roman Reigns, number 568. I don't want to see it. But okay, so there we have it. We've got pretty much, we're thinking down the same lines, but we do have a couple of deviations. I think you're taking more risk, I'd have to say, but that's what you have to do when you want to win the title, I guess. It's a champion's advantage, I guess, in some factors. So good luck to you, good sir.
Well, one minute. There was one other thing.
Of course, no. Whoa. And what do you want to say, Luke?
I think we're going to have a cash-in, a successful cash-in, because Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are so battered. I think it will be a case of like the Usos are lifting Reigns up or something that they can't move, and then I think Fury comes in, cashes in successfully, and is the new WWE champion.
Wow. Okay, so for those at home who don't know, and I did allude to this at the beginning of the night, we have our own Money in the Bank stipulation in play between myself and Luke, while a real Money in the Bank is in play in the real world. Obviously, only the men's one is in play. So the rules state that if the Money in the Bank holder, who at the current time is Theory, cashes in. And if he decides to cash in on the evening, Luke's going to gain points. So if he cashes in and wins said belt, Luke would gain 5 points. And if he cashes in and doesn't win for whatever reason, then Luke would still get 2 points, just for his trouble of assuming that he would cash in. Now, we're not talking about fake out cash-ins or ones where there's some kind of BS that goes on and it doesn't end up being an official cash-in, and later on, let's say Theory retains his case for some reason, then it wouldn't be anything. We're talking about this is the end of the road for the case, and then whatever the outcome is, Luke would get 5 or 2 points. So you're a brave man, Luke, because although I think they have been teasing it, I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's happening.
I would like to see it happen.
I think Reigns and Brock are both taking some time away. And I think we need a real heel champion. I think
it's huge. So your briefcase, you've played it. We've got one briefcase played. I've still got mine in control. I hope I've still got it after this weekend. But wow, that's huge. Wow, we've got 3 things in contention. I didn't even think you'd play it, so I didn't even think I'd mention it, but that is huge. Well, that's awesome, Luke. Good to have you back in the saddle. I do enjoy SummerSlam, so I'm looking forward to having a Saturday event this year as well. Will be nice. And we're not going to have review videos going forward on the channel. We decided that was a lot of work. So I'll put the results on social media so that we can see who won. There might be some kind of brag response video. Who knows? Definitely will be if I win and when I win. But good luck, Luke. And I guess we will see each other for the next video.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Cheers and see you later, loser.